the last few months, we've heard continuous rumblings about Nicolas Cage potentially coming back to reprise his role as Ghost Rider. When I first heard this, I thought this is complete nonsense. There's no way this guy is going to come back to play Ghost Rider. But it looks like it could potentially be happening. I mean, one of our favorite insiders that we talk about here on the channel, he's saying that this is confirmed. It's absolutely in the bucket. It's confirmed. It's actually happening. So let's get into this article. Let's break down this information and let's see what's going on with a potential return for Nicolas Cage coming back as Ghost Rider. Personally, for me, I would love it if he came back. I love Nicolas Cage. I love Ghost Rider. Put them together, I think it's a fantastic idea. Although the last movie didn't perform so well, I still think with MCU now being in control of the Ghost Rider and potentially doing a solo project or being in someone else's movie, I think it could be done well and respectful to the character. But I love the idea of Nicolas Cage coming back. So this comes to us from Comic Book Movie. Nicolas Cage rumored to return as Ghost Rider. Could he appear in Spider-Man 4? I don't think there's much possibility of him appearing in Spider-Man 4. I mean, when you're doing a Spider-Man movie, you want the main focus to be on the Spider-Man character. Having someone like Ghost Rider, which is a pretty significant type of character, to have him appear in a Spider-Man movie, I don't necessarily see that happening. I could be proven wrong, but I think they would want to sort of focus on Spider-Man and potentially not have him overshadowed by a surprise cameo or role of a Ghost Rider. That's just my thoughts. I could be wrong. I'd love to hear what you guys think about that anyway. So let's go down and read some of these details here. So Deadpool and Wolverine star Ryan Reynolds recently confirmed that he and director Sean Levy attempted to bring back Nicolas Cage back for Ghost Rider for the R-rated threequel, but it was a no-go. Yeah, I remember reading about this, that what's his name? Ryan Reynolds, obviously as Deadpool in Deadpool and Wolverine, they tried to get Nicolas Cage to come back as Ghost Rider, but for whatever reason, whether it was scheduling conflicts, whether he just didn't want to come back, whether he wasn't being paid enough, whatever the issue may have been, Nicolas Cage declined to come back, which is a shame. But then does that add credence to the fact that he's not coming back permanently because he didn't appear in Deadpool and Wolverine? Or maybe he's holding off to, to get a solo project rather than just being a cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. That could be a possibility as well. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. But this is what Ryan Reynolds had to say. So, quote, "They were in early drafts, we had versions of a sequence, but then as it shook out, you're sort of looking, we're trying to make the movie responsibly as well. It's a big budget, it's the biggest budget of any Deadpool movies. But you want to give yourself as much constraint, which really I think facilitates asymmetrical thinking and creativity. If you have too much time or too much money, it usually murders the kind of creativity. So yeah, you're shrinking things." It's true when he says that. When you work under pressure with limited resources, limited money, limited time, it brings out the best creativity in people because you're kind of under the pressure, you're under the gun to come up with something interesting based on limited resources. Where if someone just throws loads of money and limited time at you, you kind of don't feel that you're under pressure to create something good with limited resources. If you guys kind of understand that perspective, I kind of do. I get what they're saying there. So, but we did talk to Nick Cage, the actor continued. We tried to get him, but he was a no-go. We would have loved him. So we're not sure exactly why Cage declined the offer, possibly scheduling issue, but it sounds like the actor has since agreed to reprise the role of the Spirit of Vengeance. So according to Daniel Rickman, guys, bear this in mind, Daniel Rickman, he's a industry insider, a movie scooper, he gets a lot of things right, he gets some things wrong, but I just want to put this out there. So Daniel Rickman, he was one of the people that confirmed that the Superman trailer was coming out today on Thursday. He was saying it last week, he was the one who got the scoop on the Superman trailer coming out on Thursday, and he was correct. His scoop was correct, his information was correct, so it lends a lot of credence to the things that he says. He gets a lot of things right more often than not. Sometimes he does get things wrong, but more often than not, this guy is right with what he says. But take it with a pinch of salt. MCU, I should say Marvel, haven't confirmed this news, but Daniel Rickman, he gets a lot of things right, so I just want to put that out there, bear that in mind. So I can confirm, Daniel Rickman, he says, "I can confirm that Nick Cage will reprise his role as Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider in an upcoming project. I don't know which one just yet, but there aren't many options left." So he says here, "I can confirm that Nick Cage will reprise his role as Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider in an upcoming project." So Daniel Rickman is saying it's 100% lock. He's confirmed to come back, but Daniel Rickman just doesn't know which project he's going to be appearing in. It doesn't sound like he's going to be getting a solo standalone Ghost Rider project. They're probably worried because of the last movie didn't perform so well at the box office. So they're probably going to try to inject Nick Cage's Ghost Rider into another movie, see how audiences kind of react, engage with it, before they potentially give him another solo project, which would absolutely make sense. I mean, I get why they would do that. So, the most logical project for Ghost Rider to appear in would obviously be Avengers Secret Wars. I mean, Avengers Secret Wars, we've got multiverse out the wazoo, all these different variants of these characters. Supposedly, there's going to be like 60, 70 plus characters appearing in these Avengers movies. So, I mean, no character is off limits here, really. So, I mean, having Nick Cage as Ghost Rider in there, it's not something that would surprise me, because there's going to be like 60 to 70 characters appearing in these next Avengers movies. So, but I mean, having Nick Cage come back, I would love it. The guy's fantastic. Nick Cage is just a national treasure, to be honest. So, having him come back as Ghost Rider would be a win in my mind. He would appear in Avengers Secret Wars, but there have been whispers that Cage could show up as a character in Spider-Man 4. As I said above, for the reasons I said towards the beginning of the video, I don't think they would put him in a Spider-Man movie. But I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on whether you think he would appear in a Spider-Man movie. Keep in mind that Jeff Snyder shared a lot of Spidey rumors last night, and it's highly unlikely that all of them are accurate. If there were ever discussions about adding the Spirit of Vengeance to the mix, it doesn't mean plans were actually put in place or even seriously considered. Still, Spider-Man and Ghost Rider teaming up to face off against Mephisto could certainly be an intriguing prospect. Spider-Man and Ghost Rider facing off against Mephisto. Take my money. That sounds fantastic. I would love to see that movie. Whether we're going to get that movie is another issue entirely. But Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Mephisto, that would be a Mexican standoff that I would pay all the money in the world to see. That would be incredible to see that on screen. So what do you make of this rumor? Would you like to see Nick Cage back in the saddle of Ghost Rider? Yes, yes, and yes. I'm sure a lot of people would. I can't remember if I've ever heard of someone complaining about the casting of Nick Cage as Ghost Rider. I think the guy's great in the role. I really enjoyed the two movies. I mean, the sequel wasn't as well received, but the first movie, I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was a really, really fun movie. Not Oscar caliber performances or dialogue or writing, so don't get me wrong on that. But as a turn your brain off action popcorn flick, you know, the first Ghost Rider, really, really fun. I do recommend checking it out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, let's just finish on this. So again, Daniel Rickman, I can confirm that Nick Cage will reprise his role as Johnny Blaze or Ghost Rider in an upcoming project. I don't know which one yet, but there aren't many options left. So potentially the biggest, I would say the biggest possibility is that he's going to appear in one of the Avengers movies. But like I said, it wouldn't surprise me because there's meant to be like just so many damn characters. So having these kind of crazy odd cameos like we got in Deadpool and Wolverine, but them showing up in the Avengers movies, it's not something that would surprise me, but I would just love it. I would love him to come back. I mean, look at this picture here, the Ghost Rider character, man, just in general. If we remove Nick Cage, Ghost Rider, he's been done so dirty. Where's the solo Ghost Rider project? We need one. Whether Nick Cage is going to be in the role in the future, we just need a standalone Ghost Rider series or a movie. This character is so damn badass. I mean, he's a flaming skull riding around on a motorbike that's on fire, and he has chains and he whips people, and like, it's such a cool concept. And the fact that we haven't got a solo standalone movie, but yet we have a Miss Marvel series, like, I mean, what are we doing? Priorities. Come on, Marvel. Come on, Marvel. What are we doing? But guys, I throw it off to you. What do you think about Daniel Rickman, this movie insider scooper, saying that it's a lock? Nick Cage is definitely coming back, but we just don't know which project. Do you think it's real? Do you think it's not real? And would you be interested in having Nick Cage come back as the Ghost Rider like I would? Whatever your thoughts are, guys, jump into the comment section and let me know. Can't wait to hear your feedback on this news. As always, hit that like and become a subscriber of the channel if you haven't already. It goes a long way to helping and supporting the channel here, so I'd really, really appreciate that. And as always, I will see you in the next video.